Being a single woman in LA can be awesome. The nightlife, the beach, the shopping, the fun. But somehow, all of that seems to change when you're middle-aged. My name is Fran, Argentina-born, single, and yep, middle-aged. My midlife crisis hit me hard, so I decided to fight back by embarking on a quest. Visiting all 50 states before I'm 50 and taking you along with me.
Morning.
Okay, world, here we go. Planes, trains, and automobiles, buckle up, because this is going to be one heck of a ride. Welcome to My 50 Before 50. Warning, I have an accent. Sometimes it may be hard to understand what I'm saying. Occasional grammatical mistakes may be heard or read. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to Georgia, Part 2. Last time you saw me, I was having lunch on the go with my friend Nico en route to Savannah and unsure if we would make it on time to my first ever 50th birthday dinner aboard the Georgia Queen Riverboat.
But stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Well, guess what? Barely on time, but...
Well, guess what? It's home. Hello. Oh, let's go in.
Okay, bye. Let's go.
Welcome aboard.
We kicked off our visit with a fabulous dinner while cruising along the Savannah River. Yes, officially my first 50th birthday dinner, so we went all out. Or just outside, you know. Indeed, a beautiful night aboard this 1800 paddle wheel-styled riverboat on the waters that divide the states of Georgia and South Carolina. Too bad it was a little windy. Here's a tip. If your hair is always a mess, it cannot get any worse. Yes, a night filled with glamour. No! Damn, she did it again, damn it! Leftovers and laughs. But as much as our dinner was glamorous, the one word to describe Savannah would be charm, and we got a first glimpse of it by walking along River Street after dinner, dancing to the Christmas tunes that were all over town, and even checking out one of its charming stores, which was still open. Sweets overload. Yummy. Oh, hi, Peaches. But it was getting colder, so after losing sight of Nico for a moment, it was time to head back with one final stop. The old pink house for an after-hours drink, a place we would later return during daytime. Overall, a very promising first night. Time to see Savannah in the morning light. So back to downtown it was, and after a delish breakfast at the Two Cracked Eggs overlooking the river, it was time to kick off our tour. And do some warm-ups, apparently.
Okay. Vamos.
That is so making it into the video.
Good morning, America!
Woohoo!
This place is just... I kind of want to move here. Let's move here.
I'll drop you off. Our first destination was Old Fort Jackson, an early 19th century fort that lays a mile east of Savannah by the river of the same name. The first stop is its depot and ticket office, and a marker in remembrance of the Ladies Gunboat, a women's-driven effort to protect the town during the Civil War.
On our way to the fort.
Yeah, time to be serious and leave the role-playing to the masters. Old Fort Jackson was originally created to defend Savannah from attacks by sea and was one of the 3 Confederate forts that defended the city during the Civil War, though it was quickly taken once the town was captured by land in December of 1864. Now a restored National Historic Landmark, it is open to the public 7 days a week and counts with amazing historical interpreters who, unlike Nico and me, are incredibly knowledgeable and can seamlessly take you back in time to teach you not only about past wars, but also about the way people lived and survived during those challenging times, surrounded by beautiful nature, but also by bravery, deprivation, secret codes, and all sorts of weapons, cannons included. Back into town, more specifically into the historic district, which again is full of charm and park-like squares, 22 to be more specific, all very similar and yet all of them incredibly unique, just like the magnificent buildings that surround them. The oldest city in the state and its first capital, Savannah is covered by oak trees and greenery, and out of all of its parks, the most emblematic one is undoubtedly Forsyth Park. These 30 acres are the gathering place for tourists and locals alike. Yep, including the furry ones. The area encompasses walking paths, monuments, open fields, an amphitheater, and plenty of other attractions, but the number one of them is its iconic fountain. Installed over 150 years ago, this French-style fountain is one of the best-known sights in town and was conceived to bring some European glam to this already charming place. Funny enough, the fountain itself is not that unique, as similar ones can be found in New York, Peru, and France. Why, you wonder? Because it was catalog ordered. More precisely, it was model number 5 in the Jeans Beeves & Company Illustrated Catalog of Ornamental Ironwork. Oh well, gorgeous nonetheless. But before we hop onto our next destination, a personal shout-out to my favorite attraction of Forsyth Park, the art of Derek Larson. Derek makes the most beautiful illustrations and ceramic pieces, which also make perfect gifts and which you can buy by visiting his Instagram. I made sure I bought mine before I left, and I've been loving it every day since.
Yay!
Make sure to check my 50 before 50 Instagram account for more about him.
This is so good. Happy birthday.
Really? So this was my cake.
Yep, the one I was so looking forward to eating.
I wish I
Happy
could have
birthday.
shown it to you before it was completely destroyed. But somebody...
So worth it.
So after the cake fiasco, it was time for more history and for visiting the Owens Thomas house and slave quarters. This place doesn't allow for videos inside, but I can still show it to you by using pictures. Starting with its beautiful courtyard and its many sumptuous rooms, which are beautifully decorated and maintained. This mansion is an example of Regency architecture and is filled with exquisite details and craftsmanship. Jeez, look at that indoor bridge. Originally known as the Richardson House and built over 200 years ago, this historic residence is now a museum, offering a glimpse not only into its magnificent architecture, but also into the lives of its inhabitants, both homeowners and enslaved workers alike. The carriage house has one of the best preserved slave quarters in the South, and it was once home to up to 14 people, mostly women and children. Though not very noticeable in these pictures, its ceiling constitutes the largest swath of haint blue paint in North America, a color used in Gullah culture to protect from ghosts and evil spirits. The visit concludes with the basement, a workspace still displaying many original items and plenty of interpretive text to better depict the everyday life of the enslaved laborers of this mansion, a true juxtaposition of the antebellum era in the South and in so many other places. Now up to a different kind of history. This time, let's try to do a proper intro, shall we?
Okay, finally.
Well, easier said than done.
So we are on our way to
The Prohibition Museum. Is it Prohibition or Prohibition?
Prohibition.
Prohibition.
What is stupid time? What is stupid time? No, that's a different story. So let's do this. Hi.
Hello, we are on our way to the Prohibition Museum.
Exactly.
Wait, did I say it wrong again? We're going
Okay,
to the...
wait, no.
We're going to the Prohibition Museum.
Take 4. Hi.
Hello, we're going to the Prohibition Museum right
And
now.
after that, we're gonna go. Take 5.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. We are going to the Prohibition Museum.
And right after that, we're gonna go celebrate with a drink.
Welcome to the first and only Prohibition Museum in the country. With 2 stories and 5,500 square feet of state-of-the-art immersive exhibits, this place takes you through the evolution of alcohol in the States, from bootlegging to moonshine, speakeasies, and more. And it is just as informative as it is entertaining.
Wristbands. They actually give you a drink at the very end. We ready?
Yeah. Let's do it.
What are you? Who sent you?
Booze.
Tell him Gus. Gus sent you.
Gus sent me.
Yeah. All right. Come on.
Well, thank you for letting us in, Gus. It was definitely worth it. A super long day, and we still had to eat. So after a quick stroll down West Julian Street, brief visit to the historic Byrd Cookie Company included, it was time for dinner. And to keep up with the historic essence of this town, our place of choice was the Old Pirate's House.
Wrapping up day 2. Going into
The Pirate's House. I am excited.
Built in 1754 as an inn, it hosted plenty of sailors and pirates in its heydays, And it is now a great restaurant, which is open daily to all visitors, pirates or not. A delicious supper indeed. Arr. But believe it or not, we had one more stop for this super packed day. Leopold's ice cream, a true staple of Savannah.
More than 100 years of deliciousness.
Oh, no.
Well, yeah,
You're talking about the ice cream, sorry, so I just got confused. This ice cream parlor opened in 1919, and it's still family-owned, serving deliciously handcrafted ice cream following their original and secret recipes. And those flavors! So glad we made it on time, if only barely.
Sugar Rush indeed. Fantastic ice cream.
So good.
Really,
So worth it.
extremely good. And we're not just saying that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah. Okay, good night from...
Savannah, Georgie.
Final day in Savannah, and we went for more charm. Not that you can really escape that here. We started with a walk around the beautiful Victorian District, part of the historic district and known for its distinctive architectural styles, which include late Victorian, Queen Anne, and Carpenter Gothic. The finest example of which is the Gingerbread House, a true eye candy, no pun intended, no visitor can overlook. And then it was off to Jones Street, also known as the prettiest street in Savannah and to some in the whole U.S. The prettiest street in Savannah is known for its antebellum mansions, its oak trees draped in Spanish moss, and its overall beauty. This is awesome, right?
It's so pretty. Yeah, it's a beautiful neighborhood.
Indeed. We can't afford it. We don't deserve it.
But, you know, we do deserve it, but
do
we can't
deserve
afford
it.
it. We deserve the world, but we can't.
Yet.
And while you can take plenty of different guided walking tours, we decided to walk on our own, hitting different destinations along the way. For instance, the first ever Girl Scout headquarters and Savannah's first National Historic Landmark. Yep, this is where it all began. And last but not least, the magnificent Cathedral of St. John the Baptist.
Would you just look at this place?
This was the first parish ever in town, though when it was first established in the 18th century, it was in a different location and it looked nothing like the cathedral we see today. Its current design came almost a century later, an example of the high Victorian Gothic or Gothic Revival architectural style, which is known for its high structures and the prominent use of contrasting colors, among other things. In an attempt to get closer to God, its impressive interior reaches up to almost 100 feet and features 81 stained glass windows, each of them more beautiful than the other. And you don't have to be a believer to be moved by this overwhelming sight. Furthermore, in 2020 the church was named Minor Basilica by Pope Francis, an exclusive title reserved for worship places of notable significance, antiquity, and historical, architectural, and artistic worth. By the way, have I ever mentioned that Pope Francis is my fellow Argentinian and loves soccer? Oh well, thought I shared that fun fact. Now off to lunch.
We're doing it.
It's lunchtime.
Old
Very exciting.
Pink House.
one of the finest restaurants in town. The Old Pink House is known for its elevated Southern cuisine, its magnificent decor, and, of course, its history. This mansion is one of the many places in town believed to be haunted, and while now it is actually painted in pink, this has been the color of the place since its construction. As though it was always painted in white, the red bricks of the base structure never stopped leading through it, and so the name Old Pink House was born. On the other hand, our hunger had finally died, so we were ready to hit the road. Just one more stop before leaving town, and this one's film-related.
Sixpence Pub. And we're going in.
But before, let's focus on its neighboring square for a minute. Chippewa Square, famous for hosting the bench where Forrest Gump delivers his famous "Life is like a box of chocolates" line. Sadly, the bench was just a prop for the movie. So where is it now? Well, nowhere. Kind of like a missed opportunity, if you ask me. Now back to the Sixpence Pub.
England? No. Georgie State.
Georgie.
This British pub opened almost 30 years ago, and besides its amazing ale selection and the delicious food they serve to almost midnight, the place is known for the movie Something to Talk About, featuring Julia Roberts and Dennis Quaid, which, just like Forrest Gump, was partially shot in Savannah. As per us, it was time to say goodbye to this beautiful place and its southern charm. Here's hoping we will see each other again soon. Until then, Savannah.